feel like this one could be so fun. The first one is titled My Failed Swinging Experience. Now, myself and my Steve were actually having a conversation about, not us to swing, but...
No, we weren't.
I just said not us to swing. I said we were having a conversation about this because we are adamant that we witnessed a swingers experience in our hotel when we went on holiday like 2 years ago. And I think I'm going to do an episode where I just tell like my stories and my experiences. So that will be included in that. But it involved elderly people.
Yeah, nice save.
Okay. So my husband and I, by the way, have been together for 7 years. And you know how it is after a while. Things start to feel routine. One night, we're sitting on the sofa and watching some spicy Netflix. My husband just casually says, "You ever thought about, swinging?" That conversation could go two ways because you could either be like, "Yeah, I have," or "No, get your mind out of the fucking gutter. You are not going to see other women and other men." So I'm like, "Excuse me, swinging? You mean like wife swapping?" And he just shrugs, like he just asked if he wanted to try a new restaurant or something like that. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there questioning every life choice that has gone my way at that moment in time. I can imagine, because that is quite a shock. That's like a big thing to bring up in a relationship, you know? I can imagine that you must feel that you're not satisfying him, which, sticky situation. I hope he plays this well. So, but then because I'm the cool wife, amen, sis, yes you are, or at least I thought I was, oh no. I said, "Okay, maybe, but only if we take it slow. You know, like adults." Well, I would fucking hope like adults. I hope we're not including other age demographics in that. So, big mistake, a huge mistake. Fast forward to 2 months. Can I just ask a question here? Not for my own experience and my own need. How the fuck do you find swingers? Like, how do you go about that? Is there a website or a Facebook group? What is that? How does one go about that? Because it used to be, stop laughing at me, Jordan.
In such a questionable episode.
No, because it used to be, I don't know if you know this, pampas grass. If a house had pampas grass growing outside it, it meant that that was a swinging household. So I hope your mum and dad don't have pampas grass growing in their garden, everyone. So fast forward to 2 months later, we found a swingers party after doing some research, and we're at this classy-ish house. Yeah, you don't want to be turning up to a shithole, do you? Because you want things to be sanitary. Surely you want things to be sanitary. I hope you've had a conversation about boundaries. It's like, listen, sunshine, you can kiss other women, but you can't put it in their arse. Arses are off limits. So, it's not what I expected at all. I thought it would be dimly lit with jazz music. I'm imagining red velvet is involved here. Oh, do you know what? Red velvet cake. Sorry. So I'm imagining a dimly lit with jazz music on and some rose petals or something. Nope. It was just a normal new build. No. It is just a normal new build living room with folding chairs. Listen, if we're getting involved in physical activity, I want no experiences of like smacking of folding chairs. Imagine if they collapsed. There's body parts involved here. We could get like, the pinching, folding chairs. Dear Lord, it was real romantic. Anyway, we meet this couple. Their names are Amy and Steve. Okay. If I know Amy and Steve, I know that this is going to go horrifically wrong for you. So they seem nice enough. She was bubbly. He's kind of quiet. They start chatting us up. And before I know it, Amy's like, I'm sorry, I'm so giggly. This is so fun. Amy is like, "You guys are so cute. We should hang out later." I'm like, okay, we're making friends here. Yay. Adults making friends. No, I was so wrong. At one point, Amy grabs my hand and whispers, "Come with me." And I'm like, oh, maybe she just wants to talk about girl stuff. Baby cakes, you're at a swingers party, okay? We've got folding chairs and cheese platters. We're not talking about braiding each other's hair and whether or not we fancy Harry Styles or Louis Tomlinson more, okay? Read the room. No, she drags me into the kitchen and starts laying it on thick. Compliments, hair flicks, the works. I've never been so awkward in my life. Okay, babe, you need to leave then. If you're not comfortable in this circumstance, get out. Get out. This was not your idea. This was your husband's idea. Remove yourself from the situation. So, meanwhile, in the living room, my husband is talking to Steve, who apparently decided that the best icebreaker would to show... That sentence did not go the way I thought it was going. Steve had decided that the best way to break the ice would be to show off his coin collection. Nothing gives me hot, steamy vibes than a coin collection. Give it to me, show me your discs. With Queen Elizabeth's face on it. Really? Actually, who the fuck is on the coins? John, who's on the coins?
It's usually the monarch, yeah, but
Not on all of them. Who are these people on these coins?
on a
God!
50p it was the Queen, wasn't it? I think.
Is it? God knows. Anyway, I'm not an avid coin collector myself, as you can tell. So my husband is sitting there, nodding along, trying to pretend like he cares about the penny that he found in 1943. Things escalate when Amy suddenly pulls out a bottle of tequila. Tequila pineapple is what my friends drink. Apparently you don't get a hangover from it. I don't advise people to drink, but if you do, tequila pineapple is the way that the girlies like it. She's like, let's loosen up. Wow! Let's pour some shots. I don't know why Amy is always some weird sorority girl. She's clearly a grown woman. So Amy's like, let's loosen up. Let's get some shots going. And because I'm already overwhelmed, I just go along with it. Never be pressured into drinking into social situations, best friends, especially at swingers parties. After about 3 shots, Jesus! Amy decides it's time to get comfortable. Wow. That was not going the way I thought it was going. What is it? Yeah, that is it. That is how it goes, isn't it? Wow. I've been feeling fine. Joe, come on, best friend. You need to help me out in these situations. Let's get it on. Don't. She kicks off her shoes. She's still got her shoes on in someone else's house. Surely that's the first thing you take off. That's not a swingers only thing. When you go to someone else's house, you take your Crocs off. Bizarre. Sorry. So she takes off her shoes and then, brace yourself, takes off her wig. I'm not judging, but it really caught me off guard because she didn't say anything. She just peeled it off mid-conversation like it was no big deal. Meanwhile, I'm standing there wondering if this is some kind of initiation ritual. All right, where's the wig come into this? Because if she is struggling with hair loss or whatever, more power to you, babe. However you feel most comfortable in any situation. However, I'm just imagining her with like some Coraline Mum Black Bob wig on. How did no one notice she was wearing a wig? Gosh, if we're being physically active, that wig must be secured. Do you know? Any hair pulling, one wrong move and it's off. That'd be a shock. Could you imagine that? Steve walks in and says, we should go upstairs. And I'm like, oh, no. This is moving way too fast. Good girl. Like that for you. But before I can say anything, my husband stumbles in. Perfect timing, ready to break the romantic tension, holding one of Steve's coins and goes, oh, what a moment. My husband walks in and goes, babe, did you know that this coin's worth over £5,000? What a way to enter a room. So at this point, Amy gets frustrated and says, you guys are boring. which honestly was fair enough because we were an absolute disaster. She grabs Steve and storms upstairs. My husband and I stand there, tequila in hand, surrounded by an ever-growing volume of questionable noises like, what the heck just happened? About 20 minutes later, amongst a variety of strange noises, we hear yelling from upstairs. Turns out Amy and Steve got into a huge fight with another couple because Amy crossed a boundary. I'm telling you, you have to set the boundaries before going into these situations. So, she's screaming, Steve's crying, and we're just frozen in the hallway wondering how we ended up in this nightmare. We looked at each other and me and my husband said, this really isn't for us, is it? I was like, yeah, no. We ended up sneaking out, leaving our jackets behind, along with our reputation for being a cool swinger. And to this day, I still feel anxious whenever I see a coin collection at someone's house. So yeah, no judgment if swinging works for you, but for me, never again. I'd like to deep dive further into Steve's coin collection here because had he brought it with him? You know when you go to your grandparents' house on Christmas Day as a kid and you take your toys with you to show your cousins and then like to entertain each other? Is he taking his coin collection with him? That is just so strange. Well, listen, I'm glad that you were in that scenario together and you were able to respect each other's thoughts, feelings, and opinions to leave at that time. It's fun to try new things, you know? Maybe if that's what you're into giving a go, the couple swapping situation, maybe you could try it without a house full of people. I don't know what I'm trying to... I'm really out of my depth with this one. I'm glad that you were able to communicate well with each other. Maybe try other things to, create a spark. I'm sorry, I'm so aware that my grandparents now listen to this podcast and my parents now also listen. If you're trying to light up a spark, you could get a little role play on. I'm going to stop talking now. If you need any ideas, talk to Joe because he's a kinky little bastard.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.